All right, let's talk about marketing as it applies to the parks, recreation, tourism, and related agencies and organizations. So, marketing really is a method of directing the activities that take place in an organization or agency and gearing that toward the satisfaction of a participant or client's needs or demands. So, you're taking what you have and say, I've got this thing A, and I want the people to be able to utilize it. How can I get them to engage with it or need it or understand it? And that's marketing. And to survive, succeed, thrive, agencies and organizations in parks, recreation, leisure, and tourism have to be able to attract sufficient resources, convert those into programs, facilities, services, widgets, or whatever it may be. And you want to get them to the people that want them and need them. So let's look at a voluntary exchange in the lens of a public agency, right? So a municipal parks and rec agency, for example, is they get resources in the form of tax dollars or user fees in the door. They use that money to create services or programs or open facilities that provide something for the public. The public takes advantage of those. They buy the resource. They get, they pay memberships to get into the user, the rec centers and whatnot, and that in turn creates a little bit more money going back into the resource. Okay, so let's talk about the exchange a little bit more. There has to be two conditions. There must be two or more parties for the transaction to take place. Each party in the transaction must have something of value to enter it. So we're looking at revenue exchange for goods or services. Marketing activities can be based on the assumption that satisfaction of the customers will make sure that if a customer is satisfied, there's going to be profit with your product, service, or facility. And if we look at like a nonprofit, it gets even a little bit more funky or complex. We members are our target audience for a nonprofit agency, right? And they're asked to do things and make sacrifices and donate in order for some promised benefits, whatever that may be. Sometimes that's the feeling of being doing good, right? The benefits to consumers of nonprofit organizations, so that there's an economic benefit in the form of goods and services to the public. There's a social benefit in terms of forming community and individual relationships, even relationships between businesses and other nonprofits. And again, we're going back to that psychological benefit, a sense of well-being, or their sense of doing good. We'll talk about this a little bit more in depth as we go, but the 4 P's of the marketing mix is kind of like the classic thing, right? You got product, price, place, and promotion, and you may hear those in a little different order, but that's the 4 P's of the marketing mix. So the first one is product, and this is goods or services, and it's defined as anything offered to the market to satisfy a need or a want. So it can be program services, it can be facilities. As you see on here, we've got some different facilities as far as a workout center. You got the weights or the aerobic exercise within the pool, or even just like the bikes and the treadmills and whatnot. So those are facilities, but they're also offering the service of being able to work out and whatnot.